Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about of the gears. The objective of gears is to understand the classification of gears and to know the velocity ratio of the driving gear to driven gear and how to avoid the interference in it, and finally to know terms used in our gears and spiral gears. So efficiency of spiral gear. So you should know the efficiency of the spiral gears. So those are the objectives are covered under the gears topic. Now, what is the definition of gear? So gear means it is simply to say that it is a rotating machine element and are having which are having a cutting teeth, which are having cutting teeth, and to transmit the power from one shaft to another, which are having the cutting tools, and to transmit the power from one teeth to the one shaft to the another shaft. It is known as the gear or toothed wheels. Gear or toothed wheels. So now we are going to see the advantages and disadvantages of the gears. So advantages point of view, it transmits the exact velocity ratio, and it is also used to transmit the large power. Also used to transmit the large power, and it has high efficiency. It has high efficiency, and it has a reliable service, and it has a compact layout. Those are the advantages. Those are the advantages are there in our gears. So velocity ratio, exact velocity ratio is also transmitted, and it can transmit large power. It may also transmit a large power. High efficiency is also there, and reliable service is also there, and compact layout is also there. So those are the advantages. And to know the disadvantages. So the disadvantages are the manufacture of the gears require the special tools and the equipment. So when we are preparing the any gear, so definitely we may also will require the some special tools and equipment. So that is also there. And the second one, the error in cutting teeth. So you may also get the some vibrations and noise while during the operation. So any errors are there in our particular gear cutting teeth. So then we may also face with the problems of noise and vibrations while running on the particular operation, while running on the gears. So those are the disadvantages are also there. Now, types of gears are classification of the gears. So this is generally classified four types. So those are the according to the position of the axis of the shafts, according to the position of the axis of the shaft, and according to the peripheral velocity of the gears. Second one is the velocity of the gears, and third one according to the type of gearing. According to the type of gearing, it depends upon it is indicating with that type of meshing, simply to say that type of meshing, which type of meshing is there. And fourth one, according to the position of teeth on the gear surface, according to the position of teeth on the gear surface. Those are the classifications are there in our gears. So again, it may also againly classified. So those are the first one according to the position of axis of the shaft's point of view. Three types of axis of the shafts are there: parallel, intersecting, non-intersecting, and non-parallel. So Those are the three types of axis of the shafts are there. So those are covering with the some gears. Those are the spur gear, helical gear, double helical gear, bevel gear, and spiral gears, and worm wheel, and rack and pinion. So an internal gear. So those are the number of gears are there. Okay, those are the gears are covered in our axis of the position of axis of the shafts. Just you will observe that how we define the spur gear. So simply to say that spur gear means when the uh, when the teeth are having parallel to the axis of the shaft, so it is known as spur gear. When the teeth are having parallel to the axis of the shafts, it is known as the spur gear. And coming to the second one, helical gear, when the teeth are inclined to the axis of the shaft, that is known as the helical gear. And third one, double helical gear or herringbone gears. So it is the similar to the helical gear. So that is, but we have the uh, two types of inclination are there. So that means just you will observe that V shape is there. So two wheels are there. So double helical gear. So when the axis of the shafts are again inclined to the axis of the shaft, and the gear teeth are having inclined to the axis of the shaft. So that is the our double. And next one, rack and pinion. So that is the when the pinion gear are translating on a rack, the pinion gear translating on the rack, so it is known as a rack and pinion. So the pinion will have the our rotating motion, and the rack is only sliding motion. Just you will observe that when the pinion will when the pinion will rotates on the rack, so then it may also translate it. So that is the rack and pinion type is there. And bevel gear. So here when the gear teeth are having inclined and perpendicular to the, that means non-parallel to the axis of the shaft. Okay, non-parallel or perpendicular to the axis of the shafts are known as the bevel gears. So non-parallel and intersecting of the gear shafts. So it is known as the bevel gear. How we arrange the our bevel gear? So this is the arrangement is there. Just you will observe the diagram how we arrange the bevel gear system. So that is the arrangement. And similarly, take spiral gears or skew bevel gears. Spiral gear or skew bevel gear. So it is a small difference between the our bevel gear to our spiral bevel gear, and that is the teeth are inclined. The teeth are inclined and non-parallel and intersecting of the uh, intersecting of the shafts. It is known as the skew bevel gear and spiral gears. And mainly it is our bevel gears are used to reduction of speed. So speed reduction gears. So these are calling as another name, speed reduction gear. For example, the driving gear is rotating with 500 rpm, and the driven is only rotating with 100 rpm. So that time, okay, so that much of reduction. So that is the r 50 rpm, whatever it may be. So that reduction, speed reduction is happened by the help of the arrangement of bevel gears. So that is there. And now screw gear and worm wheel. So it is, these two are similar. Just all of you up to that. One worm wheel is there. One worm wheel. Worm wheel. So that worm wheel is also having the some teeth. So that is connected with the pinion.
So when the pinion is rotating and the our worm wheel is also oscillating or translating, and it is making the okay perpendicular motion. It is exactly to transmits the perpendicular motion from one place to another place. That may also happen. And now mitri gear. So meter gear, so it is also mitri. So the spelling is okay, mitre, metric gear. So metric gear means, so when the driving and driven gear wheels are having the same number of teeth and the arrangement is similar to the bevel gear type. So that type of arrangement and the equal number of teeth of our driving and driven gear, so that type of gears is known as the metric gears, metric gears. And finally last one, internal gear or annulus gear. So it is also calling another name, annulus, annulus gear. So that means uh, so what is the circular bar is there. So that is the, sorry, circular wheel is there. That circular wheel is having internal teeth, not external. So internally having the teeth, and that internal teeth are meshes with the another internal wheel. So that is connected with the one pinion internally. So that type of meshing is there in our annulus gears. So our internal gears. So that is there. And in this generally to say that, so the gears are always to transmit the power, okay, from driving wheel to driven wheel with the opposite direction of motion, with the opposite direction of motion. Okay, in our belts, that is okay, belts point of view, it is different. So same direction of motion is translated from one to another, but in our gears point of view maximum, so parallel also sometimes it may also happen, but most of the times those are also taken to be opposite direction of rotation. Opposite direction of rotation generally happen in our system, okay, gearing system. Those are the classification of gears. Okay, now coming to the, according to the peripheral velocity of the gears, peripheral velocity of the gears. In this uh, three types of velocity of the gears are there, and those are the low velocity gears and medium velocity gears and high velocity gears. So in this low velocity gears is also calling as less than the our velocity. Our velocity is the less than the 2 meter per seconds. Okay, the velocity is lesser than the uh, 3 meters per second. So that type of velocity gears are low velocity, and medium is the our 9, below 9. So so that is the medium, and below above the 15, so that is the high velocity gears are there. Okay, that is the numbers are there. So that has decided to the which type of velocity of the gears, it is low velocity, medium or high velocity. And now going to see the next one, type of gearing. So it is not only type of gearing, type of meshing. So simply to say that type of meshing type. So in this external gearing, so external gearing, internal gearing and rack and pinion. So those are also have seen in our this arrangement. So that is the external gearing means this is the external gearing. So just you will observe that. So one gear wheel is meshes with the another gear. So this is the, what is the okay, what is the intersection is there. Okay, what is the contacting is there. So this type of contacting is calling as meshing. So that is the external. So one wheel is meshes with the another wheel. Driving wheel is meshed with the driven wheel. So and particularly for the external. So external, so this is the external type. So that is the outside of the teeth. Okay, gear teeth are meshes with the another gear wheel. So this type of arrangement is calling as external gearing, and this one also. So next one, and these are also external. And now another one, internal meshing. So internal meshing means just you will observe that. So just you will observe that internal gear are there. So when the circular wheel having the internal teeth and that internal teeth are connected. Okay, this internal gear. Okay, internal teeth are meshed with the another gear. So that is the one driven wheel. So this is also okay. This type of driven wheel is there in this place. So then that type of gearing is calling as internal gearing. Internal gearing. So that is the our internal meshing. So that means internal wheel is meshed with the another driven wheel or pinion gear. Driven gear or pinion gear. So that type of meshing is internal meshing. And another one, rack and pinion type. So the rack and pinion means how we arrange the our rack and pinion type of gearing. So that is the one pinion gear is there. So that is having external teeth. The pinion gear is having the external teeth. Okay, outside of the teeth are there. So that is connected with the rack. So that rack is also having the teeth. The track is also having the some teeth. So when both are meshes one to another, so that type of
Sir,
gearing is
screen not visible, sir.
rack and pinion gear. So screen is not visible. Now all of you observe that. Do you visible my screen? Please respond.
Okay, sir.
So spur gear, helical gear, herringbone gears, and rack and pinion, and bevel gears, and the skew bevel gear, and metric gears and internal gears. So that is now we are discussing about of the internal gearing and external gearing and rack and pinion. So external gearing means how we arrange the type of meshing. So that is the, so just you will observe the figure number 5. So that is the two gear wheels are there. That means how to transmit the motion from one to another. So that is the arrangement are there. So that is the one wheel is acting as the driving member and another one is acting as the driven member. In this, the gear wheels both are connected or meshed with one to another. So where we are intersecting, okay, this type of okay intersection is there. Okay, interaction is there. So that interaction is calling as meshing. Okay, meshing. So that is the externally happen the particular meshing. So that type of gearing is external gearing. And in our 10th, okay, just observe the 10th figure, 10th figure number 10. So internal wheel are there. Okay, that means the circular wheel is having the internal teeth, and that internal teeth are again meshed with the another pinion gear or driven gear wheel. So then that type of meshing is calling as internal meshing or internal gearing. And now rack and pinion. So just rack and pinion point of view. So the pinion gear is there and the pinion is also having the some teeth and that is meshed with the rack. So the track is also having the some teeth. Again, the track is also having some teeth. So those are the types of okay gearings. Now going to see the uh, So position of teeth on the gear surface, just you will observe that position of teeth on the gear surface. Those are the three types of shapes are there. So that is the straight teeth and inclined teeth and curved teeth. Curved teeth. Just you will observe that. So straight teeth point of view. So spur gear. Just you will observe the spur gear. So the teeth are okay. The teeth are straight and okay parallel to the axis of the shafts. So these teeth are the straight teeth. So these are the straight teeth and inclined. So just you will observe the figure 2, helical gear. So that teeth are having inclined to the axis of the shaft. So that type of gears are okay inclined teeth, helical gears. So that is the inclined teeth, inclined type are there. Teeth are and curved point of view. Just observe that. So these are the curved are there. So what are the worm wheel is the worm wheel is there, and our the screw gears are there. So those are having the curved teeth. Those are having the curved teeth. So that type of teeth are the curved teeth. So three types of teeth are there in our gear surfaces. So that is the fourth one. So now gear terms. Actually, we are having the nearly 25 to 30 terms are there regarding gears, gear term, regarding gear terms. So 25 to 30, but mainly to know the these okay these terms. So everyone should know that these main terms. Actually, we are having the 25 to 30 terms, but mainly to know the these terms. So nearly you have 10 to 12 terms are there. Those are mainly focusing on that. So now we are going to see that these terms. So those are the pitch circle. So pitch circle means just all of you observe our diagram. Pitch circle. So this is the pitch circle. Just you will observe that. Only they are considered as the only sectional view. So only okay only one section is considered here. So that means only uh, 1 by 8 portion or 1 by 4 portion have having taken. So in this circular okay pitch circle is there. Pitch circle means it is an imaginary circle. It is an imaginary circle. Okay, so that is generally following the okay mid of the our addendum circle. Sorry, addendum to the dedendum. Okay, or that is among between the addendum to dedendum. Addendum to dedendum. So this is the imaginary circle. So it is also passes through the addendum to dedendum. It is also passes through the passes uh, through the addendum to dedendum. Okay, among the addendum to dedendum. And in this, let us say one small example. That means if you are having to purchase or buy a any gear wheel, so that time definitely you must say the diameter of the gear wheel. So the diameter of the gear wheel. So the diameter is mainly okay. That is mainly to consider. Okay, the diameter will indicates with the pitch circle dia. So what dia they said? So that what diameter you will you have to say. So the diameter is pitch circle diameter. Circle diameter. So that is the very important. Now going to see the pressure angle. So the pressure angle means simply to say that it is the common normal at the point of contact to the common tangent at the pitch point. So the angle between the common normal at the point of contact to the common tangent at the pitch point. It is known as the pressure angle or angle of obliquity. So it is also maintain the standard values. Those are the 14.5 degrees angle to and 20 degrees angle generally.
The pressure angle have been taken 14.5 degrees to 20 degrees angle. And now addendum. So just you will observe the addendum. So addendum means so it is the difference between the addendum circle to the our pitch circle. Difference between the addendum circle to the pitch circle. It is known as the addendum. It is known as the addendum. And dedendum. It is the difference between pitch circle to the dedendum circle. Pitch circle to the dedendum circle. So that is the our dedendum. And now going to see circular pitch. Circular pitch. So circular pitch means circular pitch. So circular pitch is represented with P suffix C equals to pi d by t. So that is the our pi d by pi d by t. So that is the pitch, circular pitch. So that means it is the ratio of pitch circle. It is the ratio of circumference of the pitch circle to the number of teeth on the it is the ratio of circumference of pitch circle to the number of teeth on the pitch circle. Sorry, number of teeth on the gear wheel. So that is known as the circular pitch. And now going to see the diametral pitch. So it is indicating with a P suffix D equals to T by D. So it is the ratio of number of teeth on the number of teeth on the pitch circle, number of teeth on the gear wheel to the number of pitch circle dia. Number of teeth on the gear wheel to the pitch circle dia. So that is our diametral pitch. Now going to see the module. So module is also represented with small m, that equals to ratio of pitch circle dia to the number of teeth on the gear wheel. Number of teeth on the gear wheel. So that is our module. That is the module. Number of teeth on the gear wheel. So those are the things are there. And now clearance. Clearance means so just all of you observe that clearance. So this is the clearance is there. So that is the difference between the dedendum circle, to the difference between the, just you will observe that. Difference between the dedendum circle to the working depth circle. Difference between the dedendum circle to the working depth circle. So that is known as the clearance. So we have the some gap is there between the our root. So just you will observe that. So what is the under lowest position is there. So these are the root. So that root is there. So look dedendum circle to the working depth circle. So we have the some gap is there. That is the our clearance. And now going to see the length of path of contact. So it is the common normal at the point of contact. The common normal cut off by the addendum circle of the wheel and the pinion. So it is the common normal cut off by the addendum circle of the wheel and the pinion is known as the length of path of contact. And similarly to take the our arc of contact also. It is also similar. So but the small amendment is this is length of path of contact by cos pi. Length of path of contact by cos pi is arc of contact. And now finally to say that contact ratio. So contact ratio. So that is the ratio of length of arc of contact to the our circumference of circular pitch. Length of path of length of arc of contact to the circular pitch is known as the contact ratio. So that formula is n equals to length of arc of contact by circular pitch. So circular pitch is the pi d by t. So that is the our contact ratio. Those are the main terms usaged in our gears. And now just we will observe the diagram. So what we discussed here in this, are we covered the total terms in our diagram or not? So some of the terms are not covered in our diagram. So that is the just you will observe that. So in our gear tooth, so the upper portion, this portion is calling as the face, and bottom portion, so mid of the bottom portion is calling as the flank. This is the face and flank is there. And what is the top land is there? So that is the teeth. So teeth upper portion. So teeth upper portion is there. So this is the top land is there. And circular pitch. Circular pitch, just all of you observe that one teeth to the another teeth. So the gap between the beginning of the teeth to the corresponding tooth to the beginning of the another tooth. So that is the circular pitch. So the circular pitch means, so the gap between the beginning of the tooth to the beginning of the respective tooth, another tooth, respective another tooth. So that is that gap is calling as circular pitch again. And so bottom land is also there, and clearance and working depth circle, addendum, dedendum, those all are already told that. So tooth thickness. So just you will see that what is the thickness of the tooth is there. So that is the beginning of the tooth to the end of the tooth. So that is taken to be our tooth thickness. So those are the terms generally used in our gears.